How long can you live after 70? You can tell by looking at this sign in you. When a man or woman reaches the age of 70, they often begin to wonder about the road ahead. Not in a fearful way, but in a reflective one. They look at their own life, at the people around them, at the memories behind and the uncertain path forward. And one question often whispers in their heart. How much longer do I really have? Doctors will talk about blood pressure, cholesterol levels, bone density, and medications. Family will talk about diet, exercise, and positivity. Friends will talk about luck, genes, or destiny. But hidden behind all of this, there is one quiet sign inside you that speaks louder than numbers, louder than statistics, louder than all external predictions. And that sign is your vitality, the spark of life in your spirit. The village of elders. Let me tell you a story. There was once a small village in the mountains where people were known to live very long lives. Many lived beyond 90, and quite a few crossed 100. A team of researchers came to study them, expecting to find secrets in their food, their water, or their air. But the secret wasn't in what they ate or drank. It was in their attitude toward living. One man named Arjun was 94 years old. His back was slightly bent, but his eyes carried a brightness that even young men rarely had. He laughed loudly, walked every day to the temple, and still loved to tell stories to children. When a researcher asked him, "What keeps you alive so long?" he smiled and tapped his chest. "Because in here, I still want to live." Another elder, Amma Devi, was 101. She could no longer walk far, but she sat on her porch humming songs from her childhood. Every day she looked at the mountains and said, "What a beautiful morning." The researchers finally realized something. While good habits matter, the real sign of how long you'll live after 70 is whether your inner flame, your joy for life, still burns inside you. The sign within you. Now let us come back to the question. How long can you live after 70? The answer lies in this. If you wake up with purpose, you live longer. If your eyes still search for beauty, you live longer. If your heart still finds joy in small things, a grandchild's laughter, the taste of warm tea, the sound of birds, you live longer. If your spirit refuses to give up, even when your body grows weak, you live longer. This is the sign within you, not just the beating of your heart, but the beating of your will. The two types of 70-year-olds. I once met two men in the same city. Both were 72. The first man, let's call him Ramesh, had retired and felt useless. He spent his days sitting in silence, watching television, complaining about pain, and waiting for his children to call him. Every day felt heavy. He told me, "After 70, what's left? Just waiting for the end." Within 3 years, he was gone. The second man, let's call him David, was also 72. But he was different. He walked every morning, volunteered at a school, read books, and even learned how to use the internet to talk to his granddaughter abroad. He said, "Every day I wake up, God is giving me one more gift. Why would I waste it?" David lived joyfully until 92. Both had similar health conditions. Both had similar resources, but one lost the spark and one kept it. Science and spirit together. Modern science also supports this truth. Psychologists found that people who carry a sense of purpose, even something simple like tending a garden, reading daily, or helping a neighbor, live years longer than those who don't. Doctors also noticed that elders with a positive mindset recover faster from surgeries, fight off illnesses more effectively, and even feel less pain. In Japan, where many live past 100, there is a concept called ikigai, meaning a reason to wake up in the morning. That reason might be family, faith, hobbies, or simply the joy of being alive. But it keeps the spirit young, and when the spirit is young, the body follows. How to recognize the sign in yourself. So how do you know if this life sign is still in you? Ask yourself these questions. 1. Do I still look forward to something tomorrow? It can be small, a phone call, a walk, a prayer, or finishing a crossword puzzle. But if you have even one thing, your life force is alive. 2. Do I still feel grateful for small joys? Gratitude is the oxygen of the soul. If you can say thank you for one more sunrise, you are still truly living. 3. Do I still give love and receive love? Not just romance, but affection, kindness, connection. Even smiling at a stranger counts. 4. Do I still try to learn or create? If you are curious, if you still want to grow, you carry youth in your spirit no matter the years. If the answer to these questions is yes, then the sign is in you. That means your years may be longer and, more importantly, richer. The dangerous sign of decline. On the other hand, the most dangerous sign after 70 is not wrinkles, not weak knees, not even illness. It is giving up. When someone says, "I am done, there's nothing left for me," their life shortens. When they stop moving, stop dreaming, stop caring, their body begins to shut down. When bitterness replaces gratitude, the flame dims. The real countdown of life does not begin with age. It begins with the loss of spirit. A letter to those over 70. If you are over 70 and reading this, let me write to you directly. Your age is not your cage. Your past is not your prison. Your health challenges are not your destiny. You are still alive, and that means life still wants you here. The world still needs your wisdom, your laughter, your stories, your love. Look in the mirror. The wrinkles are not signs of endings. They are maps of journeys survived. The gray hair is not a weakness. It is your crown of endurance. The sign of how long you will live is not written in your blood test. It is written in your heart. Do you still want to live? Do you still want to see tomorrow? Do you still want to give and receive love? If the answer is yes, then you have more years than you think. The candle and the flame. Think of life like a candle. The body is the wax. The spirit is the flame. When people worry too much about the wax, they forget that it is the flame that gives light. A candle with little wax but a strong flame still shines brighter than a candle with much wax but no fire. So after 70, do not only protect your body, protect your flame. Feed it with joy, with purpose, with love, with gratitude. That flame will keep you alive longer than any medicine. Final reflection. So, how long can you live after 70? The truth is, nobody can predict the exact number of days. But by looking at this one sign, the spark of vitality inside you, you can tell whether your journey has many more chapters left. If the sign is alive in you, your years will not only be longer but brighter. Remember this, you do not stop living when you grow old. You grow old when you stop living. And as long as your heart whispers, "I still want to live, I still want to love, I still want to see tomorrow," then tomorrow will come, again and again. Sparkles, so the secret sign is not in your body, but in your spirit. If your flame still burns, you can live long after 70, perhaps far beyond what you imagined. Hit that subscribe button and join us on a journey through the timeless wisdom of the older generation. Don't miss a single life-changing lesson.